Before even the darkness, there was nothing. Nothing until Pleana, goddess of the farming, formed Throsia. From the back of her winged stag, and with a sacred stone in each hand, Pleana stacked the mountains and filled the oceans. To protect the stones that sustain the balance of Throsia, Pleana chose from among all the creatures 5 guardians. She called forth Krieg, she called forth Talam, she called forth Veneda, she called forth Arya, and she called forth Malthior. Then Pleana summoned from the stars Galivor, a hex master. Together, these 6 formed the Hexant, the governing body of Throsia. For many centuries, there was only peace throughout the land. Then came the cleaving. The ruling of the Hexant went against the wishes of Ulthior, the current leader of the clan Malthior. Then the earth shook, signaling to all that an eye of Pleana had been stolen. The Guardians knew they must act quickly to save the second eye, for if both fell into Ulthior's hands, he could undo the forming. When the Guardians attempted to depart, they soon discovered Ulthior had cast a spell on the Hex, trapping them inside. The Hexmaster informed the Guardians that while they were trapped, the spell held no power over their clan. He told them they may each choose a member of their clan to embark on the quest together to save the Eye. He would open for them a channel that would allow the Guardians to witness their quest, and for brief moments, allow them to commune with the members of their clans, but leave a channel open for too long, and Ulthior could discover it and close off all communications between the Guardians and the clan members forever.
Of course, welcome back to our wonderful tavern here tonight. How are you folks doing there? Of course, it's me, your humble barkeep, Dermot. Now, of course, we have 2 of our wonderful guardians here with us. We have Father Benedict. How are you doing tonight?
I feel as though the service in the bar has gone downhill as of late.
I feel the same. The service has gone down.
I see. Madison, I see you've also been letting yourself go a little bit.
Well, I wasn't much to begin with, but...
I'll just get a drink myself. You go right ahead.
It is quite easy this side of the bar, bossing these guardians around, wouldn't you say, barkeep?
Oh, yes. Of course. Now, of course, you folks know bossing is when you boss someone. You got it? Excellent. You got it.
I guess we all have easy jobs then, wouldn't you say, Dermot?
Absolutely. Now, I've noticed deep in the forest here, though we've dealt with a lot of divergent paths and all that, now, and the occasional piggy and little puppy, I wonder what our champions are going to have to deal with next. What are you most concerned about?
After you, Father.
I mean, the easy line is divergent paths, but... in truth, I think it's the fact that I think we're getting rather unfocused about the fate of the world hanging in the balance.
It's very easy to forget that sometimes.
Oh, but I have a witty remark for you. The barkeep's so dumb. The barkeep's so dumb.
It's strange, I have been noticing almost none of your jokes have landed tonight. And I mean Madison's. You might want to work on that, or it will, of course, crush the last bit of self-esteem that you have.
Now, we're all doing okay.
Right.
All right. Look, you're seeing me Tuesday at 3, and you're Tuesday at 5. You both have major issues, and we're going to talk these things out.
Oh, for confessionals.
Yes!
Oh, yes, right. We'll rearrange the... Anyway, now, let's see how our champions are doing tonight. Now, I believe... this is, of course, my favorite part. The keys have been recharged.
Oh, would you say it's about time for the reflections of the champions to return and... enter the hags!
Barkeep, please unlock and open the channel.
It really is my favorite part. Thank you. The channel is open.
It's so good that he is looking especially handsome once again, isn't it?
Oh, you flatter me, lady. You flatter me.
So you run with the woman through the forest. And as you run, you notice that the ground underneath your feet begins to change. It's less solid. It starts to become more moist and damp. And in fact, there's a bit more of a scent of decay and rot in the air. Maybe even a little bit of death.
How vile.
After running for a few hundred yards, she eventually slows down to catch her breath. And you feel as if danger is past. Thank you so much.
Well, I mean, Nug Nug is very good looking. Nub.
Neb. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's the
I can
best.
tell your feelings for him are really genuine.
I mean, he's a very adorable boar, but why is he important? I mean, other than sentimental value.
Oh, well, so...
Please
yeah,
tell
so
us he's important.
now, these forests, as deadly as they may seem, are just full of these little red truffles.
Does Neb Neb find them?
Uh-huh. He is so good. He just sticks his snout right there in the dirt and just... and gives me right on over to a truffle, and I put it back in my bag and send it over to Talum.
Do you have any truffles?
Not on me right now, no. We were gathering some when the wolves found us. I'm so glad that we came upon the four of you.
And we are very glad that we came upon you.
Yeah.
Yes.
For as a matter of fact, we are looking for some red mushrooms too.
Well, also some guidance, perhaps. We're looking for a seed, I mean, you know the forest well, I would think, or at least Neb Neb does.
He does. Yeah, you're talking about the earth seed.
Yes, we're looking for that.
Yes. Yes, darling. So, deep in the woods here, there's a place called the Swamp of the Ancients. All right. Now, this place is very well, it's very smelly, and I've never been there myself personally, just because of the creatures I've seen wandering around out there. You know, we see plenty of dire wolves. We also see some kobolds, tiny little dragon type creatures. They're just
Great. They can be rather meddlesome.
They can.
They're the
I'm very
worst.
glad that you're here with me. She wraps her arm underneath yours.
Why are you holding him?
That's another great question to ask on a first date, especially if they are holding someone that isn't you.
Ma'am, why are you holding him?
Well, because he was very strong out there in the battle, and I just feel very safe next to him.
Okay.
Well, he's the one with a shield, and she has one too. You might be safer with them.
Sammy volunteers as tribute.
That's okay, Puddin'.
Oh.
As much as I enjoy the machinations of the heart,
What are
we
machinations?
really are here for a reason.
Seed.
Can you
yes,
point us
can
in
you-
the direction of the
Seed.
seed?
Oh yes,
Please,
Maybe come with us and Neb Neb can
absolutely.
come.
Now, I don't know exactly where it is myself, but we have my friend and I, Horace. We have an encampment just a little bit farther into the woods. Now, I can take you there,
Please.
at least, and I can maybe point you the way to go after that point. But
You
I don't
can't
think
point
that
us the way from here?
Well, I mean, I could, but we got to go to my encampment first. It's
It's all
kind of on
swamp.
the way, you know. We got to head on over there, but that's fine because y'all look like you've had a little bit of a rough patch. So I think that maybe we could let you guys rest for a bit, maybe get
That
some of your
sounds
strength back.
excellent.
Yes, excellent. Now it has to be a short rest because, well, the more people, the more smells, the dire wolves might come. You understand? right?
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
all right, perfect. Well, now, as you're walking through the forest, you notice that there begins to be more pools of water as you go, and you notice strange things sticking up out of them. Not just bits of branch and tree, but things that appear more white and sort of yellow in color, almost like
Bone-like?
bones sticking up out of the swamp.
Interesting.
I'd like to stand next to Neb Neb if he finds any mushrooms, because I like Neb Neb and I like the mushrooms.
You do. Go ahead and make a perception check for me to see if you see any mushrooms.
It's that classic Krieg mentality. This.
Thank you again. That's a great compliment.
That's a 9.
A 9. Modifier?
What is this, perception?
Perception?
That's a -1.
Oh dear.
All right.
Oh my word.
So you stand close to Sammy, and then you see something kind of catch your eye. It's right on the very edge of the water. And as you walk over there to see if it's maybe one of these truffles, you see that there is a skull sitting right there in the water looking at you. And as you stare into its deep black eyes, you hear a voice in your head. It's low, and you can't quite discern what it's saying. And then quickly you are grabbed by the Talum Ranger woman. She pulls you back and says, "Honey, now listen, there have been, I hate to say it, smarter folk than you that have come through these forests. They have come in search of wealth and treasure and truffles, and it was that greed that lured them right there into these swamps." Okay, so now, if y'all want to stay safe, make sure that you do not look into those waters, okay? Because if they don't lure you in, well, the spirits are just going to reach up and grab you in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And about this time, you see a bright light start to emit from one of her pockets. It's kind of like peering out. She goes, "Oh, excuse me a moment." She pulls it out. It's this big stone that's just kind of pulsing yellow. She hits it. "Yes, Horace? Roll. Trouble. Well, they're surrounding us. Hurry back." And then the line goes dead.
It sounds like your friend is in danger.
He is.
We should run.
We gotta go. And
Let's
so
hurry.
she grabs Neb and runs right towards a tree and steps directly into the bark, disappearing into the wood.
I follow right after her.
As she does, Neb does not quite make it through. He smacks up against the bark, falls down, squealing. You see the woman's face poke back out, and she says, "I can't take him with me. Here, I gotta run. Will you all bring Neb back to me? He is a sweet little guy. Now here,
Are we going in the same direction?
No.
we've been going?
She pulls a compass out of her bag. She says, "This is a magic compass. It's going to make sure that it gets y'all in the right direction. Now, Neb, you hold on to this." And Neb grabs it in his mouth. She says, "Bye-bye," and runs off into the forest.
Oh, snap. Interesting.
Neb looks at you
Don't run.
and spits it into the water.
Oh, no.
Neb!
What have you done, Neb?
I'm gonna look at Neb, and I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna just start searching around while looking away as much as I can.
All right.
I
So
come
because
up
she told
behind
me not
her
to look,
and I cover her
but
eyes.
I still need to see.
All right.
And I say, to the
Because
left!
Mage
Left!
Hand-
You will all have a chance to search for this trinket.
No.
Now, you will not be able to peer into the water, all right? And so, Guardians, if you wouldn't mind standing for just a moment. We have blindfolds that you will place on the champion in front of you. Meanwhile, there is a bit of swamp that you shall be searching through.
No.
Blindfolds, please.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, dear.
Goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh.
Don't worry. I know exactly where my hands have been. That
Well-
was meant to be reassuring.
It really wasn't.
I think you nailed it, Father.
Thank you, Friar.
At least they're
choice of
soft.
Bless you, child.
It's that ancient old man's skin. It's always very soft and always sort of smells weird.
It did definitely smell a little.
Is that
Can
too
you
tight?
see?
A little bit.
Is that tight?
That is.
All right.
secure.
My
Well,
vision
just-
is appropriately obscure.
Now, Azrella instructed you, even though you are not peering in to be lured in by the dead may still attempt to pull you in.
Oh, dear.
Oh, sorry.
So make sure that your searching is
Krieg?
quick.
My bad.
Now, Guardians, please stand your champion up,
Can you see?
and we
No.
will place them
Is that too tight?
in a line.
Great. In a line.
Yes.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
Line.
And
I'm not.
Ailish, since you go ahead, back over here,
Do they
please,
have to be
Father
a straight
Friar,
line?
Okay, right this way. Right over here.
behind
Right
the
over
swamp
here.
box.
Right over here.
Left with me, but turn.
All right, perfect.
Right there.
All right.
I feel the
Please
citizens.
bring Samuel.
All right. All right.
Go ahead and line
Come
up
on,
our
I'm not
champions, please, here. Single file.
All right, I've got you. All right,
you
don't
watch
move
it, you creek
until we
monster.
tell you to.
Now,
Hey.
champions,
A little faster.
there are various trinkets in the swamp,
Oh, slower.
but you will not be able to investigate it while blindfolded. After you retrieve your object, you must come back to the table, and we will all reveal the trinkets as one once every champion has one. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. And now that our champions are in a line, Ailish, stick your hand forward to the swamp.
Can I use both hands?
One,
Okay.
please.
Pick your favorite.
Your
or
good
least
hand.
Favorite.
Put the bad hand in. You might lose.
Why is it crunchy?
You will notice that there are holes on the top of the box.
Top.
Top. The top.
Hold on the top. Oh, I see. Ah, okay.
That genuinely scared me.
All right.
Oh no.
Ailish has retrieved an object. Please, one of the guardians, bring her back to her seat.
Why is it like this?
Right?
Is there a chair?
Yes, I'm leading you to it.
All right. Knock, knock. Please step forward. Stick your hand out and search through one of the holes in the top. Oh! Knock, knock. Having been grasped by death, you take 3 necrotic damage.
Knock, knock, no.
All right, and we'll have you go to the back of the line to recover, while Freya steps forward.
Hey, can he see?
Can you see? He can't hear either.
No. He doesn't know we're addressing.
Right there, Sam.
Right here. Right here. That's great.
Oh! Freya, having been grasped by death, you take 3 necrotic damage and must step to the back of the line.
Come a little forward. A little forward. A little
I
left.
should have used
little
my left hand.
Stay.
Left is best.
Your
Brave
left.
Sammy!
There you go. You're good. You're good.
Sammy,
right there.
Sammy,
You're perfect.
Sammy.
Stick your hand forward
Just one. Just one.
Come on, buddy.
and find one of the holes.
You are going to feel
You gotta,
something anyway.
get going there. There we go. All right, you can
going.
stop.
Does Sammy continue?
Sam,
His timer went
was he
down.
grabbed? Go ahead and continue, Sammy.
Sammy was. What is this?
All right.
I feel like it's something nice.
How about
I feel like it's something
swamp
very
muck we have there?
Come this way.
It
Back
feels
to a
like
seat.
Back to
poo.
a seat.
All right, come this way. Right over here. Here we go. There we go. Here we go. Hold on. Let's go ahead and do this real quick.
Stop that, Tony.
All right, here we go.
All right, knock, knock.
Good
my
hand.
days.
Stick
Oh,
your
no.
hand forward.
No.
Be skinnier. Be skinnier. Here we go. All right. Come forward.
Knock,
come
knock.
left.
Return to
You'll
your
feel
seat,
your seat.
please.
Oh.
There
So
you
someone
go.
got me.
There we go.
Oh,
the
is the
voice.
poop good?
Towards the soothing voice.
All right.
Little forward, little
Freya
forward, little
still
more.
has.
There,
Little
there.
more.
Knock, knock,
Two chairs
knock.
right
High
here.
five, please.
I won't
Little
guide
more.
you, but I'm
Little
right
more.
here.
Little more. Little more.
Okay.
Little more.
I'll wait.
I'm out.
Oh no!
Oh! Freya, having been grasped by death, you take another 3 necrotic damage. But you are the only champion
no.
remaining, so you must proceed.
Oh.
right, please return Freya to her seat.
Out of the way, out of the way.
Oh, incredible.
Knock high five. I know we can't see.
All right.
Good high five, guys. Good high five.
And now, as one, champions, please remove your blindfolds.
What was that?
Mine is really tight.
I double knotted it. Silly me. Curse you. Uh-oh, I've got some of your hat.
All right.
Oh.
Barkeep, have any of our champions retrieved the item?
It appears that maybe one of them has. Should we go through with each of them? I would especially like to investigate Sammy's first.
Do not put that in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth. No, in a very literal sense. Do not put it in your mouth.
Tastes like death. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It's already burning.
I only have so many healing spells.
All right.
That's how I can't tell from
Mine
over here.
says thermometer.
Oh, that's unfortunately
The
I haven't heard of that
incorrect.
spell.
It's 72 degrees. I don't know if it's Fahrenheit or Celsius.
And yours?
Ailish, what did you
is that?
retrieve?
Oh, Ailish.
Its name is Stanley London. See, it's Stanley London.
Yes, that is its name.
Can it be open?
Ah,
Can it be
Stanley.
opened?
I don't know. I don't know how. If I can.
If only she had
Tell
a
it.
clam shucker.
Talk to it. Open. Open, Stanley.
Maybe tell it that you're about to die.
I'm about to die? Can I hit it against something? No, I shouldn't. I don't. Can I find a way how to open it? I don't know. Oh!
Oh, wonderful.
It says things. It says 1: center, 2: right, 3: far right, and then it has a thing that spins.
So the compass will guide you through the next set of divergent paths.
And they're full of colons.
Golem!
I might
So-
get in trouble
That's a
for
twist.
that one.
Make sure, Guardians, that we have entered in the necrotic damage for our...
Oh, man.
That was right. How much
champions.
was it generally per?
3 per.
3
It was
per.
6 for Veneda,
Was it 2?
It's a
3 for Knock Knock.
0?
Sounds just about right.
Yeah, rub it in. Rub it
we
in.
can heal, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good cleric.
Okay, good.
It was nothing.
Probably not gonna have time for that nap.
Oh, you're right. Okay, we gotta get going.
All right, as you proceed, you find that there is quite a bit of muck in front of you. The water begins to reach up around your ankles as you find another set of divergent paths. Now, in this instance, you find...
I must double check. Does Sammy have advantage in investigating muck? Because he has.
He's
He
hanging on
is
You
to
know
one with
what?
muck.
Yes.
Oh, what a blessing.
Way to look out, Veneda. That's great.
Now, there are 3
Someone has
paths.
to have an intelligence modifier.
There are 3 paths before you, but remember that probably much like the paths before, only 1 or 2 may be allowed to go through each path. So, Ailish, you get to choose.
I hope it's not a trick. So we should go through the center one. Right?
I agree.
But
Correct.
only some of us will be able to go through the center one.
Not if we all pile on you and you do better this time.
Sammy
makes a fair
says
point.
yes.
Barkeep, open the channel.
I'd love to.
I love acrobatics and I love a good show. Move forward. It is easier to deal with a mistake than to dwindle in nothingness and accomplish very little.
Agreed.
I believe in you.
That's good. That was good. Good advice. That was great. For once.
It's all right. I have confidence in myself.
Oh, good.
What if we all rush
sure,
at the same time?
You know that's a sensitive spot.
Given my footing, I think it might be safer if I only carry one of you.
Well, what if you carry Sammy and you carry me,
I can
and
carry
the
you.
two of you link arms so you
And-
go through at the same time?
Tandem.
Right.
Yes?
Because when it was closing before, it was closing behind one of us. So if we're all going at the same time, it would have to.
She's a smart one.
The smart one.
Yes, yes.
I prefer the term wise.
Shall we?
Let's give it a try.
Okay.
All right. Climbing onto each other's back
You gotta hold him.
and linking arms. Which path do you take?
The center.
The center path.
All right, you take the center path, and as you do, you find that there's just water in front of you.
Oh.
The vines do spring up behind your entire group as you move forward. All right, and you
Wasn't the
find
water
yourself
bad?
in yet another clearing. Again, there are 3 paths, one to the left, one in the center. Or excuse me, there are 2 paths, one to the left and one to the right.
We would like to choose the one to the right, traveling in the same manner.
All right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There we go.
Stepping forward, you enter the path, the vines sprout up behind your party, and you move through another very quiet pathway without incident.
Excellent.
Quiet path.
I knew we should have hired the circus for this mission.
All right. Finally, you find yourself at
Who has
4
Nub
paths.
Nub?
Yes, where's
Oh dear.
Well, I
Someone
guess
make
none
a
of us are getting
perception check for
trouble.
me.
9?
Oh, we're all looking. We are all looking.
Plus
for the nub.
1.
10.
10. I found Num Num.
Can I?
Neb has trotted along at your feet.
Oh, gosh.
Has she found any truffles?
Neb
Neb
be
has
praised.
found no truffles.
Don't worry, guys. Neb is the smart one.
Can I never remember. Okay.
2 left paths and 2 right paths.
We
What
would
is-
like to take. What?
Oh, I was going to say, listen to Stanley. What does Stanley say?
Stanley says the far right one.
The far right.
Far right. Those are. So I'm assuming the rightmost, the furthest right, the most
Okay.
right,
The
right.
rightest.
All right.
The
It
right-
must
Stop,
be
stop
right.
saying right. I'm a little nervous. We got it. We're good.
All right.
We're together. It's fine. We can handle this.
You step
Far right.
forward in your like manner, proceeding through yet another very calm path.
Making sure Neb is following.
I'm
Indeed.
finding Stanley to be a very trustworthy fellow.
I like Stanley.
You make your way through the divergent paths. And as you do, you see that there is a hut or a small encampment in front of you. We'll go ahead and show you a picture of what that looks like. Now, the compass seems to have led you here, and you see inside this small building a single torch flickering in the window. You figure this is probably Rella's hut.
And are there any dire wolves?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
All right.
Smart one.
It's a little dark, but
We're all looking.
that's a 16.
Plus 8.
Wow!
Yeah.
All right. You look around and you notice that the place is eerily empty. It's almost as if something here is wrong. And just as you get that feeling, you notice the torch go out in the window.
I've got
And you
a
hear a scream of a woman from inside of the hut.
y'all.
I rush in.
I've got a
follow.
bad feeling about this.
Oh, well now she's doomed.
We're
it all.
Russian.
All right. You rush up.
Sammy's going.
Yeah, you do. You rush up to the door, throw it open, and as you do, you see that the entirety of the inside of this hut is shrouded in magical darkness, except a small bubble on the ground where Rella is seated, tied up. Neb squeals and runs towards her.
Neb!
She says,
No.
Neb, come in. Thank you all so much. Please help me.
I cast light on my shield,
Okay.
and it starts glowing magenta, of course. Does that help light up the cabin or anything?
It doesn't, no. It seems like the darkness is extinguishing the light.
Where are they? Where are they? I ask her.
I don't know. They got the drop on me.
Are they
Please.
still in the room? Did
They might
leave?
be. Come here. Please help me.
This definitely was not direwolves, y'all.
I'm gonna go toward her. I'm gonna go toward her and
She's
try
the
to
smart one.
untie whatever's tying her.
All right. You go towards her and start untying. And as you all enter, vines sprout up on the door behind you. And then sequentially on the windows around the hut. And as Rella's bands are loose, she stands up and says, Thank you so much. And you see that her skin begins to slough off, almost like a snake. And a bit of green skin pokes out, a long, curved and crooked nose, and some yellowish eyes, revealing a green hag. She snaps her fingers and the darkness vanishes, revealing 2 more green hags, standing near a cauldron.
Not again.
We trusted you!
Thank you for bringing Neb back to me. Especially you, you big strong one.
I am even more uncomfortable.
Don't touch him!
I believe that your skin will look very well decorated on my walls.
I'm sure it would, but I'm rather attached to it.
While
And with that, we'll enter battle. Woo! All right. So, top of initiative order. Same initiative here. We're going to start with Krieg. 15 seconds on the clock.
Ailish, I think I'm going to take a note from our dear friend Fang. I'll tell you to blast him. Whatever you have.
yes, sir.
Cool.
All right.
Yes.
Talon, 15 seconds on the clock.
Do what you can. Remember, you're very good against magic.
Sammy's gonna do what he's gonna do. Get off his back.
Yes, sir. Yes, of course. Of course. I'm sorry.
You're his guardian.
You almost got him. You've almost
All
got
right.
him.
Almost.
Arya, 15 seconds.
Knock, knock, it's time for you to dig deep down and call upon the primal magic that makes you who you are.
Absolutely. The treachery of this hag has me quite enraged.
Your radar for women is spot on.
Veneda, 15 seconds.
As long as these 3 witches are together, I believe they form what is called a coven, and they are more powerful that way. Focus on one and destroy the coven.
Captain.
I love you. I love you too.
All right. Ailish, you are first. You are standing next to Rella, and you see that Neb as well sloughs off his pink skin and extends 2 long black wings as a crow flies up onto Rella's shoulder.
Oh, no.
Betrayal!
Neb, no.
No, he did not.
Right now, I'm holding her. I untied her, and I'm still holding her, and
You
I want
are.
to look her in the eyes and say, you shouldn't have done that. And I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah! All right. That's a spell attack roll.
Get him, Ailish.
Go ahead and
yes,
make
it is.
your spell attack.
Super hug.
16.
All right.
Oh, yeah, +8.
Oh, that'll hit.
Woo! Woo!
Damage?
8.
8. Very good. And now tell me, is that a spell slot? Or is
That
that
is
a
a
No,
cast
it is
spell.
not.
Okay, very good. Excellent.
Not yet.
Anything else?
Not yet. That is it for now.
Perfect. All right,
But
that brings
before
us
we
then.
move forward, I just want to make sure. So we have a lot of magic going on down here in this battle. So spell slots. Some of these abilities, particularly that the magic users are able to do, they can only do a certain amount of times. That's why our dear Hexmaster is asking if they're using a spell slot or if they're not. There are some called cantrips, which they can use as many times as they want. So that's what, when he's asking, that's what he means. You're welcome. Thank you. Back to Hex.
All right.
A cantrip, you say. If there's a branch in the road and you walk on it, you can.
Trip! Oh!
I feel a lot of bad humor.
Sammy, what would you like to do?
Why couldn't Lady Wraith Club be here
Sammy.
instead?
would like to descend into a rage, but he has trouble doing that sometimes, so he would like his Veneta friend to firmly but respectfully poke him in the eyes.
Come on! Let's go! Come on!
Boys! The pain is making me angry!
Come on! Let's go! Let's go, Sammy! Let's go!
Sammy's a rage!
Sammy's a rage!
Flying into a barbarian rage, what would you like to do?
Sammy wants to come at that witch.
All right, which one?
The one next to my good friend Ailish.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
8.
8. Modifier?
Plus 7.
7. Nice. That'll... Well, let's see. Hold on.
Oh, dear.
Not quite good.
Oh!
All right. Second
But
attack?
Sammy, the first swing missed, but the second one
Come on!
comes blindsided, left cheek. Want that hag just to feel it.
All right, make your attack.
11.
Plus 7.
18. That'll hit.
There we go.
Woo! Damage?
6 plus 2.
Nice. Another 8 damage to the hag. Anything else?
Sammy is done for now.
All right. You crash into her left cheekbone. She seems unfazed by the blow. Knock, knock. What would you like to do?
I look this hag in the eyes and I say, your treachery, as well as your kissing my cheek without my consent, ends today! I ascend into a barbarian rage.
You do indeed. All right.
That's
please
a proper response.
make your attack roll.
19.
Plus 8.
Yes, damage.
12 plus 2 plus 5 for a total of 19.
19 damage. That is a solid hit.
Yeah, baby.
She reels from the blow. You can see green blood is dripping from her. Anything else?
More green blood will drip.
Please.
2.
Not that much.
Plus
apparently.
8.
It drips regardless.
Next time.
Yeah. More green blood is
Unfortunately,
dripping.
somehow that
doesn't
one
shock
goes right in between her body and her arm. You don't seem to connect. Anything else?
you. That is all.
All right, bringing us then to Freya. What would you like to do?
All right, well, first of all, I need to rack my brain. Are hags undead by any chance?
They are not.
All right, I haven't encountered many hags, so I just had to check. Either way, I reach out my hand towards the one that has been hit a few times, and my hand starts to glow with magenta flames, and then she goes up in magenta flames.
Woo! All right, Sacred Flame.
Indeed.
Dexterity saving throw DC is
16.
All right. That is a 13 plus 1. Oh! Damage.
9 radiant damage.
Woo! Solid hit. All right. Rella is not looking good. Anything else, Freya?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, with that, it will now be the hag's turn. So Rella, flustered by this flurry of assault, is going to look at you, Knock Knock, and she says, I love you. And her eyes turn this inky black color. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
At least
feel
it's
like
not
this is-
intelligence.
I feel like this is an unhealthy relationship.
Absolutely unhealthy, very one-sided relationship.
16.
That's good.
Plus 1.
All right. You're unfazed by this vain attack. All right. However, the other hags still have their attack, and so they will attempt to aid their sister, rushing toward, let's see, Veneda first, and then this one towards Krieg. They will each try to attack you with their claws. The first one, to Freya, makes an attack roll. That is a 9 plus 6 to hit, 15.
That does not hit.
That is not hit. You manage to knock her blows away with your shield. The second hag attempts to hit you. Ailish, another swipe with her claws. That is a natural 1. All right, and that is it for the hags, bringing us back to the top of initiative. 15 seconds on the clock for Krieg.
Hello? Anybody,
Sorry, with all this foliage.
There we go. Hey, Ailish, how you doing? There we go.
Good.
What do you feel you need to do in this situation?
I feel like they have her covered pretty well. I want to get to the other ones.
Get to the... Actually, focus on the one.
Focus on her?
Focus on her. Get rid of her.
All right.
Or whatever.
Talon, 15 seconds.
You seemed to do better earlier when you smacked them with your shield, using the proper use of your shield, of course. Try that some more. Or not. Whatever you need.
Good progress.
Arya, 15 seconds.
I think you should hide behind the gnome.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe you should think about your reckless attack.
Ah, yes. They will not be coming at me in a melee way.
And finally, Freya, Veneta, 15 seconds on the clock.
You all have taken some damage. I trust your instincts in this battle, but I would focus on really dealing as much damage as you can, but don't waste your more powerful spells. Yes.
Well done. Well done.
Ailish, what would you like to do?
The skill.
Oh dear.
We must act fast.
She would like to take
You
that thick
disappeared.
pink potion that makes your tummy not so rumbly.
I want to do Shocking Grasp again, and I want to reach out my hand, I want to grab her at the throat, and I want to send lightning through her.
All right, make your attack roll.
13.
All right, modifier.
Plus 8.
That's a hit.
Woo!
Damage.
8 damage.
8 damage. A solid hit. Rella is looking pretty rough. Anything else, Ailish?
That's all I can do, but I'm going to just send a lot of guilt her way.
Well done. All right, Sammy, what would you like to do?
That's her weakness.
Okay, Sammy is going to take his shield, go for the shin of the witch that is damaged.
All right, make your attack roll.
8.
Plus 7.
Not quite good enough to hit, unfortunately. Second
Well,
attack.
Then
Come on, Sammy! Say I'm the man!
Sammy headbutts this witch. 13.
Hey.
Plus 7.
That'll hit. Damage.
6 plus 2.
6 plus 2, another 8. A solid hit. All right, anything else?
Sammy
At
is
least their heads are good for
gone.
something.
That's right. Smacking her in the face with your head. She is looking disoriented. All right, that brings us to Knock Knock. What would you like to do?
As I feel divine energy surge within me again, I'm going to attack recklessly, leaving myself open to attacks, but attacking with more force and accuracy.
All right. Please make your attack roll.
18.
All right.
I'm
and
attacking with advantage. 16.
All right.
Plus 8.
That's going to hit.
Woo! 12 plus 2
Knock,
plus
knock.
5 for a total of 19.
19 damage. Woo! You carve a gigantic gash into Rella. She is bleeding profusely, but is still on her feet. All right. Anything else?
Another reckless attack.
All right.
15. 18.
Plus 8.
Woo! Finish her.
I drive my sword into her chest, and then I bring it close to me so that the bridges of our noses are touching, and I say, "You know nothing of love."
My boy.
The other two sisters shriek as Rella expires. A puff of green smoke swirls into the air and falls into the cauldron that's boiling in the center of the room. Anything else?
That is all.
All right. Bringing us then to Freya. What would you like to do?
All right, well, there's one standing right in front of me. So I'm going to hold up my left hand, and this javelin of light Guess what color it is?
Magenta.
Magenta.
It's magenta! And I'm gonna drive it into her neck.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's a 19.
That'll hit. What's the damage?
Ooh, I believe this is guiding bolt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I know that. It's 14 radiant damage.
Excellent.
And attacks made against this have advantage.
Excellent. So any attack made against her now at this
Yes.
point, because
The
she's been hit, will
javelin
have advantage.
sticks in her neck, glowing bright magenta, so that the next of my friends can hit her absolutely.
Excellent.
I hope you all like the word magenta.
Now, as we finish your turns, you do take damage from Ulthior, who is shaking the room around you. Each of you take 3 bludgeoning damage from his assault. And so then it comes to the 2 hags, who are furious with you for murdering one of their sisters. And so the one looks at you, Freya, who you just stabbed, and she smiles a bit through the pain, and she says, "You stab like a girl."
You're dang right I do.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, she's
More of an
wise.
accurate statement
She's
than
a
anything.
smart one.
That's a 2.
+9.
All right, 11. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the spell DC is 12. All right, Freya, you take 2 psychic damage from the witch's terrible words, and you also now have disadvantage on the next attack roll you make.
Is this isn't considered something along the lines of charmed?
No, it is not.
Just double check.
You're very welcome. All right, and the other one will try to then attack at Krieg.
Oh,
Again,
boy.
still engaged. Makes an attack with her claws. That is a 6. Plus 6 is not going to hit. You strike those away, and that's the end of their turn, bringing us back to the top of initiative. Krieg, 15 seconds on the clock.
Ailish, I think you should up your lightning a bit. Maybe include some thunder waves at a higher level than the thunder wave normally is. I don't know how I know that, but please do it.
Yes, sir.
What?
She gets it, look.
All right.
That's confidence right
Tell
there.
I love the way you punch things, but you might want to watch out for that cauldron that the witch disappeared into. That might be a bad thing.
Could Sammy push it over?
Please do.
Okay. That was good. You guys talked.
Arya, 15 seconds.
You're improving.
Knock, knock, that was glorious, and your one-liner was spot on.
Thank you, Father.
So, kill some more hags, reckless attacks, all the good stuff.
You got it.
All right. Veneta, 15 seconds.
I know you fight like a girl, and I'm proud of you. I wish I had some other more inspiring thing to say.
It's all right. That was inspiring enough. I love you.
This is moving a little fast for me.
Ailish, what would
It's
you
a
like to
little
do?
fast for all of
Well,
us.
I'd like to cast Thunder Wave, and I'm going to.
Come on,
I'm going to
Ailish.
direct it at the hag, and I'm going to try to avoid any of my friends. But I'm also going to try to include the cauldron
All right.
in my attack, and I'm going to follow the advice of my guardian. I'm going to cast it at second level instead of first.
All right. Thunder Wave is a Constitution saving
It
throw.
is
I
much
believe.
more powerful, so Thunder Wave.
All right.
She rolls.
That's disadvantage, I think.
Don't encourage her.
That was the thunder. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yes, sir,
All right.
16.
16. That is a 6 plus 3. She does not make it.
And this is my first time using the spells that I'm sure of. I'm unsure of.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to need you to roll a d20 for me.
Focus hard, Ailish.
Come on, Ailish.
You're sorceress.
10.
10. You pass your DC check. You're all right. Okay.
Keep
And
that
so,
magic under
Thunder
control.
Wave deals how much damage?
12 damage at third level.
12 damage, and it does knock over the cauldron as well. This green liquid starts to spill onto the room, extinguishing some of the flames around it. Anything else?
That is it.
All right, bringing us then to Sammy. What would you like to do?
Sammy wants to throw himself with reckless abandon.
Remember, there's still javelin of light here.
Javelin of light.
Sticking out of the neck thing.
That witch. The magenta witch.
Magenta witch.
It's not very nice to call Creek
All right.
that, I think.
Yes.
Or
Make your
Benedict
attack
that.
roll, please.
Little known
Okay.
fact, the Magenta Witch is also the title of my autobiography.
You can write.
Joke lands
Go
on
for
that.
the stomach. 6.
6
But
with advantage because of Guiding Bolt.
4.
Plus 7.
So 6.
Not quite good enough to
Ah,
hit, unfortunately.
And as he misses, the javelin dissipates.
But I still try again.
All right. Make your second attack, Sammy.
Okay. Kick her in the shins. The 9?
Plus 7.
Not quite.
Come on.
You managed to connect,
on,
but it
Sammy.
doesn't seem to do any damage.
Damn man.
All right. Knock, knock. What would you like to do?
I'm going to come to the defense of my sister from Krieg, and I'm going to attack the hag that is in front of her.
All right.
Wow, thanks.
Wow, thanks.
This will be another reckless attack.
All right.
16
With advantage?
with advantage. 18.
All right.
Well done.
Plus 8.
Either way, that's going to hit. What's the damage for hitting?
19 total damage.
A solid hit, my friend. She's looking rough, but it's not quite enough to take her down, unfortunately.
Let's see if I can do it again. 8. 2.
8 plus 8.
Not quite good enough, unfortunately. All right. Anything else? Knock, knock.
Sly witch. That is all.
Okay. Freya, what would you like to do?
Well, let's try this again. I'm gonna hold up my shield, and I'm gonna raise up my arm, and my javelin of light is gonna go into her chest this time.
All right. Make your attack roll. Now remember, this is at disadvantage because of vicious mockery.
Natural 20.
Yay!
Well, but it's disadvantage,
One moment. Okay, just so everyone understands, usually when it's a natural 20, we'd be jubilant, hooray, hooray. She's rolling with what we call disadvantage, which means she has to roll again. So unless she gets 20 again,
Which could happen.
which statistically could happen, unless that happens, we say bye-bye to natural. Hence our sour demeanors. Let's go back
right.
to Hex.
Knock, knock on
It's the
wood.
same probability as
Freya,
everything
make your
else.
attack roll.
so tap into that Magenta Might.
It's a 9.
On fire.
I believe it's a plus 8.
That's going to hit. Damage.
The damage for Guiding Bolt is going to be 14 radiant damage.
Awesome. Freya,
Magenta Terror.
as the liquid is starting to wrap around this hag and you stab her in the chest, finish her.
Yeah, you want to know what a girl stabs like? She stabs like this!
Well done.
She melts into the liquid around her feet. It's pretty gross, but you feel really proud of yourself. All right, that's going to bring us then to the final hag's turn. Now, seeing both of her sisters die, she looks around, terrified, and turns invisible. You get the sense as you hear footprints in the liquid that she's trying to run away. You both will have attacks of opportunity against her, but with disadvantage because you cannot see her. So first, let's have Ailish make your attack of opportunity.
I'd like to cast poison spray, but in the direction away from Arya, so he doesn't get in the range. And hopefully it hits her wherever she is. I'm going to cast poison spray and let the puff of poison try to extend to where she might be.
All right.
19.
Okay.
Well done.
With
disadvantage.
disadvantage. With disadvantage.
4.
Well, I'd like to point out this is actually a con save.
Oh, it is. All right.
So
Well, in that
we
case,
do.
That means nothing.
she's gonna still make a check. DC is 16.
Yes.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Constitution saving throw. That is a 10 plus 3. Not quite good enough. Damage.
That is 12 damage.
All right. All right. She will need to make a concentration save because she's invisible. All right. So, here we go. You want to explain
Let's
this?
talk about that for a moment also. Sorry to interrupt all the action, I know. But you want to know this. So, concentration, when they're casting a spell, in order to maintain the spell's effects, they need to be concentrating. Now that she just got blasted in the face with a ton of poison, it's a wee bit harder to concentrate, wouldn't you say? So she's going to make a check now to see if she can maintain her invisibility or not. Let's see what happens.
All right.
I actually understood what that meant.
Yeah, not too bad, right?
You
All
are
right.
so good.
He's praying.
So
Turn it into
this will
something
be a
nice.
saving throw. The DC is what? How much damage did she take?
12.
12. Okay. So the DC of this will be 10. Constitution saving throw. 18. All right. She remains invisible. However, there is still another attack of opportunity with disadvantage. Knock knock. Make your attack.
Come on, baby.
Knock it out of the park.
Come on, baby.
Natural 1.
Ah.
Roll again.
So he can get 2 ones.
So
Let's see if it happens.
14.
Oh
Natural
man.
1.
So close. Unfortunately, you swipe, but then you lose track of the footprints. She's gone. Taking you then out of battle. You see that there is now green liquid spread out around you, but the room is still shaking. As you each take 3 more bludgeoning damage,
Y'all, let's get out of here.
you hear as little darts stick into the back of your neck. You fall forward, your face splashing into the green liquid and probably some hag remains.
Oh.
And as you look up, you see tiny silhouettes that look almost like lizard people, about the same height as Sammy,
Crap.
walking up to you. One has a blowgun, gets down in your face, knock knock, and says,
Mr. Hexmaster, sir. Seems a bit inopportune, however, the keys have been spent. Unfortunately, they need the recharging.
Oh.
We must. Yeah, oh, that's right. Thank you. We must
proud of you for
close and lock the
expressing your
channel
emotions.
for the
working on
remainder of the evening.
all right. Go ahead and close the channel.
The channel is closed.
Well done.
Alrighty. Do we have some points to be awarded for the evening?
We do indeed. So first, we shall award points for the first half of this evening. For completing the metagame challenge first with the map, although it was not successfully solved, each champion will still receive 100 experience points.
That's at least a wee golf clap.
For making their way through the first group of forest paths, each champion will receive 300 experience points.
Better.
And then, for defeating the dire wolves and saving Nebnem, each champion will receive 400 experience points. Now, for completing the swamp search, each champion will receive 400 experience points.
Oh, okay. Now we're building.
For navigating their way through the swamps, then, without hitch, another 300 experience points.
We'll take it.
And finally, for defeating 2 of the hags, each champion will receive 600
experience points.
Well done. Alrighty, that's all the points for this evening, except back to you, my witnesses here. You have a heavy burden. You're going to help us determine who championed the night, and now is that time. You'll have 2 minutes to choose your champion, who you believe championed the night, and it starts right now.
Yeah, start it. That would be good.
This is a tough one.
All of our champions were had their failings, but also their victories tonight. It's a tough decision.
It is.
I'm glad I'm
There
not
was quite a bit of romance, too.
I suppose if you really want to leap to interpreting that, they could
sorry.
just
Oh,
friend
vote again.
That wasn't cool.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Oh my!
Oh, now Veneta has taken the... Veneta and Arya.
Of course,
That's what happens when you stab like a girl.
Well done.
That did very well.
Veneda did finish a lot. Freya is quite a slayer of creatures and hags.
At least Sammy doesn't need to use a weapon, even though.
Oh, wow, Veneta's really
Although
tearing it up right now.
although the
Rocket
boar was a
no.
raven, she did take care of the boar quite well. As
I
her
was-
own, I would say.
She took care of an enemy.
She didn't
I
know
am-
that yet. None of you did.
I am most proud of my boy for being a champion of consent this evening.
That deserves a vote.
I
Well,
could also
lad.
play a feminism card, you know.
Well, you only have 50 seconds left, my friends.
Oh, goodness.
Please help us choose who will champion the night. It looks like Veneta has really pulled ahead.
But maybe a little more Krieg. I don't know.
Oh, Krieg's all right there. Oh, that's quite last.
Krieg has been doing a wonderful job of overcoming some of her
Oh, Arya's coming back,
Arya.
though.
Arya, goodness.
Knock.
Thank you. That one. That one person keeps going back and forth.
Somebody's messing with us.
Come on,
Oh, Arya's taking the lead.
Knock, who's there?
Come on,
It's our boy, knock.
Only 15 seconds left. Arya has the lead.
Knock.
Oh, dear.
Maybe Krieg, maybe? I don't
Knock,
know.
who's there?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Veneta!
That's Veneta!
Oh, a combined victory!
I'm not sure what's happening.
Hold on.
Oh, what's happening?
All right, let's all settle down. There's an awful lot of math going on.
Ring it 1,000 times! Oh,
I think a revote.
What is the correct total, Dermot? Who's the winner?
the correct, is this correct? The correct total is, we have a tie.
Wow.
Oh, the first time in Hex history. A tie.
Well done.
All righty. Well done. Thank you, witnesses. Thank you for your votes. Now, we turn to you, citizens at home and citizens afar, to join us in determining who championed the night. Now, those of you here witnesses, you probably recall the words that are so important to know for the citizens. They are HiveChannel5.com. Oh, love it. HiveChannel5.com. Oh, it's music to my ears. Thank you. Make sure you go there and vote. That being said, will our champions make it out of the swamp? Now that they've been dragged away by hideous little beasts, what will happen next? Will they find the Earth Seed? Find out next time on Enter the Hex!